Hi, welcome to Bonita's Kitchen and thank you for joining us. Today I'm going to be making a delicious boiler of chicken chili. Now this chicken chili today was a viewer's request. Wanted to know how I would make it. Now I'm going to show you my version. Certainly you can jazz it up a little bit more if you like a little bit more spice or sauces. But right now, let's get started. So what we're going to be using is a variety of vegetables, of course. I like using carrots and red and yellow peppers, green peppers, some celery, and we got some mushrooms here. And it's about a half a cup of each one. Certainly I will show you the amounts in under this video. So pretty much all you need to do is dice it up really small. Keep your fingers out of the way of a sharp knife. And that's all you need to do there. And if you want a little bit more vegetables in there, you can. We're going to be also putting in there a medium chopped onion. We're also going to be using a variety of spices, and I'm going to show you what those are. We're going to be using about 2 cups of diced tomatoes or crushed tomatoes. And let's talk about that. So what we're going to be using is about 6 or 8 chicken thighs, and that's boneless, skinless. And you could, if you're taking the bone out yourself and you put it in some water after, make yourself a chicken broth, and that'll be good for this also, as well as a soup. So I'm going to be cutting these up, but I want to show you the spices I'm going to be using. So I'm going to share the amounts with you in my recipe that's posted under this video. But we got some cumin, we got thyme, onion powder, fresh garlic, we got some sea salt, we got some cayenne pepper, black pepper, we got some chili, and of course a little bit of brown sugar. So what we're going to do is cut the chicken thighs into chunks like this. I want it to be just pieces. I don't want it shredded. Now in some cases, if you like having it that it's big pieces like this or shredded pieces by cooking it down, you can, but just cut it into chunks. And that's 6 to 8 pieces of chicken thighs. So what we're going to do next, we're going to put about a tablespoonful of butter, some oil into our frying pan and get this chicken partly cooked. So just put your butter on into your pan, and then a little drizzle of olive oil. And then what we're going to do, we're going to put all of our chicken into the frying pan and get it started to fry. So we're going to add 1 cup of tomato sauce, and you can use whatever type you like. Could be just one that got different seasonings in there or just a plain. This is 2 cups of crushed tomato, and just pour that on in, and you can use the juice as well. I'm also going to be using, because I like to rinse out my pot, I'm going to use about a cup of that chicken broth that I had cooked down from the bones and the ribs of these chicken thighs, and we're going to pour that on in there. That's about a cup. I got a 398ml can of red kidney beans. I'm just putting it in a strainer because I don't want the juice of it. So just strain that out. You don't need to rinse it. You could leave a little bit of it on there, but just kind of strain it out like that, and then toss that on into your boiler. And I think what I meant to say is 1 cup of the broth or the stock in your container or your measuring cup to rinse it out. Not the pot, of course. You're not going to rinse out the pot. But that's just a play on words, I guess. I'm glad I got Raymond here to remind me of some of the things that I'm saying, right?
I'm not only behind the camera, I'm listening as well, so.
You know he's right. So what I'm going to do, I'm stirring this together. We're going to add in our vegetables. Now we're not going to fry these down. We're just going to let them simmer nice on a medium heat with the sauces here and the kidney beans while we're waiting for our chicken to cook. So I'm going to do that now. So now these peppers is just bell peppers. You could use hot peppers if you want, but just make sure you only use a few of them because you don't want it too spicy, I guess. So pour all of those delicious peppers, your carrots, and your celery with some leaves into the pot. And now we're going to stir that around. So now we're just going to stir that all in there. So I'm going to put this on my back damper there now and let this start to cook on a medium heat. We'll get over to our chicken again. So before I turn this chicken over, I'm going to add in the seasonings. And of course, this is the onion powder. And I will share the amounts with you in the recipe below the video. This is the cayenne, or the coriander, I should say, or thyme. When you fry up these spices or the seasonings, it just brings out that nice flavor. This is our cumin, and our black pepper, and of course our chili powder. Put it on in there with the chicken. Feel the love. Now let's just mix all of this in together and let this start cooking in with the chicken, and that'll just make that taste so delicious. Now we're going to add in our 1 medium chopped onion in with the chicken and all those seasonings, and let that fry together for a little bit. So now we're going to add in our mushrooms. You could use fresh ones, 6 or 8 mushrooms, or you could use the can, or whatever mushrooms you like to use, because everybody got their favorites when it comes to that. And I'm going to let that fry in there with this. It smells amazing in here, you guys. I would love for you to be able to just smell that beautiful chili frying in with the chicken there. Now we're going to be adding in 2 cloves of garlic, and you can grate it or use your garlic press to put it in there, or chop it finely, whichever works for you. Going to be adding in our sea salt. Again, I'm going to share the amounts with you at the bottom of this video, and of course a little bit of brown sugar or honey. I usually use about a tablespoonful there, and that just cuts down some of that bitterness. So now this is as good as that. You just cook all of these delicious ingredients together till they're part fried. It doesn't matter, because you're going to continue boiling them in your boiler. And right now what we're going to do, we're going to add this, convert this over to our boiler. And if you was looking for something for a Friday night meal, you can add just this, the fried chicken, mushrooms and onions, and put it in some tacos. It would be delicious. But right now we're making a chicken chili. What I'm going to do here now is just put all of this into my boiler, just like that. So after you've tossed in your chicken, mushrooms and onions, now you're going to stir it all in like this. Just look at this. It is so delicious. Before we even have in it, because this is something that we enjoy. This is our comfort food when we're looking for something for a weekend meal. So now I'm going to put this on the back damper for about 20 minutes and let it boil on a medium heat. So what's so wonderful about making any chili, but especially chicken chili? When you put it over on your damper, wherever, make sure that the lid is lifted a little, because you want for the steam to come out. You want for it to condense just that little bit while it's cooking. Now I'm saying put it on there for 20 minutes on a medium heat, you know, stirring it occasionally. But if you want to put it on lower and let it simmer for an hour and just until you're ready to heat it, that is fine. It'll all work out. But meet me back here when it's cooked and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Hi everybody, welcome back. Our chicken chili is done, but before we get started here, I'm going to make a couple of corrections there. I said crushed tomatoes. It's diced tomatoes, but certainly you could use crushed as well. And the cayenne was the right ingredient that I put in there, not coriander. You can still put coriander because it's all a part of that chili family. So now what I'm going to do is reach for our chicken chili, and let's scoop up some. Just look how nice our chicken chili is. It's thick, it's got lots of delicious flavor, but at this point, before you even serve it and it's still cooking, give it a little taste, check it and see if it's what you want, if it's the right amount of spices in there, and then you'll make it your own. So I'm just going to toss in equal amounts in both of our bowls. Now I'm going to have a little taste. I can't wait to have a little taste of this, and I know Raymond is as well. But what you can serve this with any way you want it. Raymond is just eyeing down these, you know. I'm going to pass it to him.
Oh,
there you go, Raymond.
perfect.
If I
Thank
can
you.
pass it to you guys too, I would do it. But what I'm going to serve it with is some homemade bread and some tacos, and we got some soft burritos on one of our videos as well, and I'll share that with you how to make it yourself. Oh my goodness. 2 thumbs up. I said to Raymond, you got to get back to work. You can't be over there eating the chili until we finish making this video. This is so delicious, you guys. I can't wait for you to make it and to try it. This chicken chili is definitely a comfort food at its best any time of the year, but most certainly at winter time when we're looking to have our comfort foods.
I must have the best job ever.
You do. I keep
back
telling
here,
you that.
Chili time.
Yeah.
And, okay.
I'm going to show you now if you want to bottle a little bit of this for later. I always say we make more than we need, but this time of the year sometimes you don't make enough of everything. But what you can do is just have a nice clean mason jar, one that's ready, that was already sterilized, and then toss in some chili. Now this chili you can keep in your fridge up to a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Once you seal it off, it'll click itself sealed. And just let it go to room temperature. Once that happens, put it in the fridge. So I guess I'm going to say this is it. It's as good as it gets. If this is something that you would like to make tonight for your supper, the recipe is going to be posted at the bottom of this video, as well. The subscribe button is there if you haven't already done so. We would love for you to click that button and just see all of our recipes. It's not that it's spicy, but it definitely got a nice little bold flavors that I'm gonna say stay on the ribs kind of taste, you know. It's delicious. What about you, Raymond?
Kick.
A good kick,
a good
yes.
kick to it.
And it's nice and definitely thick and delicious. So again, if you like this recipe, you can visit us on www.bonitaskitchen.com. Leave us a message there. Visit us on our Facebook page. You can also send us a message right here on YouTube. We'd love to hear from you. So I'm also going to thank our viewers for requesting a chicken chili today, and I hope that you enjoy this recipe. Again, if you want more seasonings in there or less seasonings, you do that. But I find it delicious, and I think Raymond do as well. So from our kitchen to yours, thank each and every one of you for taking a few minutes out of your day to spend with us. You have a wonderful day. So good.
Join us by the sea, a journey in culinary, always an open door. kitchen to yours. Bonita's kitchen is